Nick Dutch, back again, one more time. Hi there, how the heck's it going? It's late, I'm tired, been working hard, what the hell? I'm going to talk to you about astral projection yet again. Why? Because I've just been doing a bit of blogging, and this time I've been blogging on my keen.com account. And one of the ones I've done was based upon the idea of forms of mediumship. Now, I know I've mentioned astral projection before, but have I really talked about the use of an imaginary journey as a means of astral projection? Now, in my very early days, we're talking about in my late teens, I bought a book. I think it was just called How to Use the Runes or something daft like that, and it was about using runic symbolism as a means of creating some kind of meditative experience based upon the mythology associated with the runic letters, and basically what they mean kind of like mystically or allegorically, or like the hidden meanings of the symbols associated with their, the primitive culture of a certain time. And in this particular book, there was mention of the use of the imaginary journey as a way of creating a full-blown exteriorization of your spirit eventually. But I had a few issues with it, primarily because the variety of visualization exercise that they were talking about did not really have any connections to the locations of things in the physical world. When someone is doing something for the purposes of astral projection, they normally, the way I understand it, want to actually, get out of their head, so to speak, get outside of the body, walk around in the physical world, see a few things, have some strange sensations, and then basically get back into the body. But the visualization using the runic letters, or indeed any other form of symbolism, was to imagine yourself traveling through a doorway or a gateway that has that particular letter etched on it. So the idea is you fill your mind's eye with that particular letter, and then you go on this imaginary journey into the letter and see what's basically on the other side. All in a very deep level of meditation. Now, when I'm doing that kind of meditation, it's got to be very deep. Alright, so deep, and this also goes with when you're trying to exteriorize your spirit from your body with meditation. It's got to be so deep that when you come back into your body, so to speak, your body seems to warm up. When you visualize your spirit entering back into your physical body, you get this sensation of your body getting slightly warmer. I don't think it could be measured with some kind of, laser thermometer. I don't think it's that kind of temperature change. It's a sensation of a feeling of warmth. And when you open your eyes afterwards, it's actually a bit surprising that, reality's back. It's like waking up out of a dream, but of course you're not asleep when you're doing it. You're still aware of the fact that you're still lying on your bed or sitting in your chair, physically speaking, but your mind is quite so heavily focused, or the attention is quite so heavily held upon going on the journey, that it feels like you're actually in it, and it's actually almost like a dream. Obviously you're just doing it in visualization, so it still feels like an imaginative exercise, but because you make it so deep, when you come back to reality, it's quite surprising. Alright, like waking up out of a dream. And that to me, if I've got it right, is symptomatic of the fact that you have actually changed your brainwave activity during the exercise itself, and you have gone into a proper meditative state. That's the way it seems to me. Obviously I could be wrong there. I just don't think I am, on the basis of having done this an awful lot. And when I'm doing it, consciously awake, just very relaxed, and just imagining myself or visualizing myself strongly walking around in the physical worlds, it's like these little flashes appear, quite strong visualization, boom, suddenly appears and then goes, of wherever I am, which sometimes correlates quite nicely with the way I'm feeling or experiencing the visualization itself. But if you're doing it through a symbol, because you're doing it in a manner which is not connected necessarily, there's a feeling of disassociation between the movements of your visualized body and the position of your physical body. But if you're doing this, thinking about how far away from your physical body your imagined body, your spirit body is, it's a different experience altogether. Because of that, it's almost like you get some almost tactile sensation of where you are. You feel you're navigating around the real world. But if you're going through a door and ending up in this like mythical reality, you don't have that, because it's like entering into a different kind of dream world, and it is disassociated from where you are sitting or lying when you're doing that kind of meditation. And I also mentioned this on the Keen.com blog, that occasionally, something happens in the visualization which you don't expect, like a character appearing, a person maybe, and try and interact with them, talk to them maybe. Obviously with your mouth closed, just try and talk with your mind, ask your questions, see what happens. And once in a while something interesting will happen there. Now I'm just going to leave that thought just hanging in the air, so that if you do choose to experiment with this, you can have hopefully some interesting things to recount back to me at some point.